Good evening to all and welcome to the session 200 grammar rules. So far you have learned 72 rules. We'll continue from there. Today let us start with rule number 73. Rule number 73 deals with prepositions after verbs. After verbs like discuss, order, inform, stress, attack, we should not use any preposition. But a lot of people use prepositions after these verbs, and these come under common errors. For example, a lot of people say it's a common error. They are discussing about movies. After discuss, the verb discuss, we should not use a preposition movies, about. So here, about is not correct. It should be they are discussing movies. About movies, not correct. We have informed the students, that is correct, but a lot of people tend to say we have informed to the students. After the verb inform, we should not use a preposition to. He has ordered for coffee. Again, a lot of people say this, but it is not correct. After the verb ordered, we should not use a preposition for. Here, what are the verbs? You have to memorize all the five verbs, important. Discuss about, not correct. Order for, not correct. Inform to, not correct. Stress on, not correct. Attack against, not correct. We should not use any preposition after these verbs. Rule number 74. We use a preposition by when we talk about general mode of transport. You have to listen very carefully. Mode of transport, there are so many prepositions we use. They're very specific, and you have to learn at the outset. You have to remember. Only then in the exam, under pressure, you will be able to answer or spot the error. And here, some of these go with common errors, so you got to listen very carefully. At the outset, we use a preposition by when we talk about general mode of transport. Focus on the key words, general, not specific. Anything, whatever it is, general mode of transport, we should use a preposition by. For example, he commutes by bus, she comes by car, he goes by bike. Here, general mode, we use the preposition by. However, we should not use a preposition by when it comes to walking. A common error when we ask a question, how do you come? A typical answer, a lot of people say, I come by walk. By walk, it is in usage, a lot of people say, but it is not correct. It's a common error. He comes by walk. By walk is not correct. Then you may ask, sir, why is it that a lot of people use this expression? They listen to someone, they pick it up. Because of that, a lot of people, same mistake, common error. By walk, a typical expression, but it is not correct. Then you may ask, what is the correct expression? There are two patterns. He comes by walk, I come by walk, not correct. For that idea, we have to say, he comes on foot. One expression, one pattern. He comes walking. If I have to use a first person singular, I come on foot, I come walking. Both are correct, perfect, flawless. But never say, I come by walk. It's a common error. Rule number 74 goes with general transport. Now you have to listen very carefully. When it comes to specific transport, there are two prepositions you can use or you have to use. One is on, the other one is in. Then comes a question where to use on, where to use in. We should use at the outset 75, 76, they go with specific transport. 74 is about general transport, general mode of transport. 75, we should use a preposition on when it comes to specific transportation. Here, combinations are there, you have to remember. The preposition on is used with bus, bike, train, ship, and plane. All these are specific, and based on these examples, if you have to use any of these in the sentence, then you cannot use by, you have to use on. For example, you can say, he comes on the Rajdhani Express. Here, the Rajdhani Express, specific name of a train. Then the rule says you have to use a preposition on. See the difference between general transport, he comes by train. Train, general, common noun. So by train. But here, the Rajdhani Express specific. Then we have to say he comes on the Rajdhani Express. Ramesh went to college on my bike. On my bike. Why on specific? What is specific here? My bike. So specific, any of these you have to memorize. Bus, bike, train, ship, aeroplane, you have to use on. I hope you guys got it. Rule number 76. Still with specific transport, in. As I said, general transport we use by, specific transport we use in, on. On you have just seen. It goes with bus, bike, ship, plane, and also one more is there. Which one is that? Train. Bus, bike, train, ship, and plane. When it comes to specific transport, besides on, we also use in. Then comes the question, where do we use in? We should use a preposition in when it comes to specific transportation. The preposition in is used with car, taxi, ambulance, van, truck. This is all these examples you have to remember. Bus, bike, train, ship, plane, on. Car, taxi, ambulance, van, truck, in. Look at the example. He comes by car, general. He comes in BMW car, specific. Car, we have to use a preposition in. We traveled in John's car. John's car, specific, so preposition in. I hope you guys got the difference. On specific transport, in also specific transport. Then what is the difference? On goes with bus, bike, train, ship, plane. In goes with car, taxi, van, ambulance, and truck. These you have to memorize and they should be at your fingertips. Now, these are the rules today. You have learned rules related to prepositions, especially transport related. Three rules, but we started with after certain verbs, we should not use any preposition. And those verbs you have to remember. What are those verbs? Discuss, order, inform, stress, attack. Now, let us spend time on practice questions. She has stressed on two things in today's meeting. After certain verbs, we should not use any preposition. One of those verbs, stress. Common error people tend to say, she has stressed on two things in today's meeting. After stress, you should not use a preposition on. So, sentence is not correct. The correct sentence, she has stressed two things in today's meeting. He has ordered for tea. This is again, all these are common errors. After the verb ordered, there should not be any preposition. What is the correct sentence? He has ordered tea. Then it is correct. But a lot of people tend to say he has ordered for tea, which is not correct. The management has informed to the employees. After the verb inform, we should not use a preposition to. So, what is the correct sentence? The management has informed the employees. Then it is correct. We should not say the management has informed to the employees. That is not correct. We are discussing about politics. This a lot of people say. When we ask a question, what are you doing? We are discussing about movies. We are discussing about politics. Not correct. Why is it wrong? After the verb discuss, we should not use any preposition. What is the correct sentence? We are discussing politics. We are discussing religion. We are discussing movies. Don't use a preposition about. They usually come by walk. This is a typical, a common error. They have given in many exams. Never use this expression by walk. It is not at all correct. For this, there are two patterns. One, they usually come on foot. The other, they usually come walking. You can use they usually come walking. They usually come on foot. They usually come walking. Both mean the same, both are correct. We have done the fourth one, we have done the fifth one. Question number 6. We have decided to go walking. We have decided to go walking. Nothing wrong with this, no error. We have decided to go walking. We have decided to go shopping. A lot of Indians think This sentence is wrong because generally we say there is a different sentence pattern or syntax. What is it? We have decided to go for a walk. Everyone knows that. We have decided to go for a walk. That is also correct. But here, another pattern. We have decided to go walking. We have decided to go swimming. Here, walking, swimming, shopping. We have decided to go shopping. Here, these are verb ing form used as a noun. Then, what is the technical term for that? Gerund. We have decided to go shopping. We have decided to go walking. Nothing wrong. A different sentence pattern. Question number 7. She comes on Mercedes car. Here, Mercedes specific. Then we cannot use car, taxi, van, truck, ambulance. We should specific transport. We should use a preposition in. She comes in Mercedes car. Then it is correct. Sentence is wrong. On is not correct. We have to use in. On goes. Next example. They usually commute by the Connaught Express. Here, the Connaught Express is the name of a train, specific bus, bike, train, ship, plane. Specific, we have to use on, not by. By goes with general transport. Specific, two prepositions, in, on. All the examples you have to remember. We go there on foot every morning. Common error in the exam they may give, we go by walk every morning. Not correct. We go there walking every morning, or we go there on foot every morning. Perfect. No error. How do we go there? On foot. And here we cannot say common error. People say by walk, which is not correct. We have done sentence number 9. Sentence number 10. She comes by bus. Here, bus is a common noun. It refers to general mode of transport. General, whatever it is, it could be bus, it could be train, it could be car. We should use a preposition by. How does she come? By bus. Nothing wrong with this answer. No error. That's all about the 4 rules today and the practice questions. All these rules I've been telling you guys. Here I'm doing an isolation in a systematic way. You're not under pressure. Very easy to learn, very easy to answer. But when you learn all the 200 rules, what happens? There's so much to remember. That is one thing. While taking the exam, if you don't practice a lot, you will not be able to spot the errors because so many rules, they should be at your fingertips. Not only rules, some rules, so many examples. You have to memorize all those examples. For example, today you have learned, if you remember superficially, there are 3 prepositions that go with transport. One by, second is in, third is on. Need not be in the same order. Easy to remember, but what are the examples that go with in? What are the examples that go with on? And where do we use, whether it is right or wrong, to say by? You have to have the examples at your fingertips, then you will be able to spot the error in the exam. One more thing, when you listen for the first time, listen attentively, make a note of the rule, the examples, and when you write notes, initially you can write elaborately, but when you go for revision, for consolidation, write only the key letters. For example, by, you can make a note, general transport slash common error, you just write by walk and mark it wrong or strike it off. By walk, a common error, not correct. By goes with general transport, by bus, by train, by car. When it comes to in specific transport, you have to write car, taxi, van, ambulance, truck, only the letters. When it comes to on specific transport, it goes with bus, bike, train, ship, plane. Only the letters you have to write. And initially, the first revision, second revision, you may wonder what does the letter A stand for? Refer your notebook, A for ambulance. What does the letter T stand for? Refer the notebook, T for train. After 2 or 3 revisions, you will be able to remember. And if you make a note this way, all the 200 rules, one A3 size sheet is enough. Only the letters. One A3 size sheet is enough. All the 200 rules you can write. And when it comes to revision, you will be able to revise all the 200 rules perhaps in 30 minutes after 4 or 5 rounds, or maximum 60 minutes. Just an hour, you can revise all the 200 rules. That way, you save a lot of time. Very useful. That's all for today. Thank you very much. I will see you guys tomorrow.